Alright guys, out of the shed, we have number one car for drag week. It is the VL Commodore. You've probably seen it on drag week. Last couple of times it's been on. Barry Hall's driving it, Matt from Vinyl Wraps and Graphics has driven it. It is the fastest car of the fleet that we've got. I think it ran high 9s last time it was out. But there is a list of things that we need to do on it. Last time the boys had it out, it was having issues, not so much at the track, but driving to and from the track. It was having belt issues, overheating issues. Just with 3 superchargers on it, you're gonna get some sort of heat coming out of the engine. So plan is pull one of the superchargers off, leave 2 on it, so it's obviously got an LSA in it. So leave that one as is and have as still a side mount. So one of the side mounts are gonna come off. We're gonna pull the LSA blower off, send it down to Nathan Higgins down at Higgins Heads. He also does blowers and stuff, so we'll get all that ported and machined out. Put all that back together, fix the belt issue. Once the car is under boost and down the big end, we keep tearing belts off this thing. So change that and figure out a better way to make sure the belts stay on. And we've also, I've been having lengthy phone calls with Cavell Performance on how to make this thing make more power, really. Cavell sent me a bunch of goodies to go over, which I'll go over with you now, and from Haltech, and try and make this thing, you know, I don't know, whoever's driving it, I don't know how fast it, you know, we're going to go with it. You know, potentially, you know, push mid-9s, that'd be great, but I just don't want to go slower. So if we can make mid-9s out of it, we'll be wrapped. So yeah. Call the boys in, they're gonna rip the bonnet off the car, make it a little bit easier, especially lifting that blower off. I'm a mechanic, not a panel beater, so I don't really want to be around shiny paint, so they're gonna take care of that. While they're doing that, I'll take you over here to have a look at the stuff that Cavell Performance have already sent down through Haltech. So I'll give you a quick run through on what we've got here. Got a new set of wideband for the exhaust. That's for all your fuel tuning. That's your exhaust gas temperatures, really, or exhaust enrichment temperatures. New wiring harness for it, so they'll change over. We're going to change over the fuse panel to a Haltech fuse panel. 2500T, that's a new ECU for it, which is going to go in the car. We then got a flex fuel sensor. For those of you who don't know what that is, on the track we're going to run E85. On the street when we're driving it, we're going to run just normal pump gas. So that sensor then knows what fuel is and then swaps the tune accordingly. And then we've got a rotary trim button or switch, whatever you want to call it. That will then, we can change the tune on the fly. So, you know, if we make a run, it's got too much in it, turn the dial down, takes power out of the car and a complete different tune. So I'll, once I've done the bonnet, I'll start pulling the blower off and we'll go from there. Right, so just starting the VL. To be honest with you guys, I've never really worked on this car, so I'm just going over it and learning what's in it, what's to go with it. So first thing I'm going to really do is just get the battery disconnected, especially, you know, changing the lumen and all that sort of stuff. Just don't want any power in it. So the battery's disconnected. Obviously got with the chute on the back, got the chute cable in the back. Also, I found here that's the belt that the 3 superchargers run. It's 2.5 meters long, and I've heard they are at $300+ a belt. And I think last year on drag week they chewed up 3 or 4 of them.
Touched the limiter, obviously destroyed shredded a belt.
So when it starts chewing belts up worth that much, it's not cheap. So I'm going to keep going around it and just having a look at what I can find and what I can sort of start with. Yeah, battery's disconnected, so head up the front, start ripping these blowers off, and yeah, see how we go. So we're at the business end of the VL. I'll show you what is pretty much in the engine bay. So we've got 2 side mount superchargers either side that have all both driven off one belt, and then you got the LSA in the middle that's driven off the same belt. That's the reason why the belt's 2.5 meters long, and there's just that many pulleys and that many tensioners on there. It's not going to work. So rip these off, pull all the piping off. We've got bracing on the front that we're going to have to change because obviously we're only running 1 now. I'll get the boys in the fab shop to make something that only holds 1, a little bit of strength for 1. Get this blower off, get it to Higgins, and get things moving. But what I do want to say quickly is I've been building Mark's engines for so about 3.5 years now, 4 years. We've done 3 summer nats together. And he's taken me across the country. We've been to Darwin, we've been to Canberra, in this little tiny toolbox that's, it was like a Kmart box. And then when he builds this big fancy new shed to, you know, work out of, Gear Wrench hooks him up with this massive toolbox, fully decked out with all tools. All I've been asking for is a new toolbox for so long, but when he wants it, look what he gets. So thanks Gear Wrench for helping us out with all the tools, and yeah, we'll put them to work and get hammering on this blower. 80% of the intercooler piping's off it now. Almost got the side mount that we're not going to use anymore. This brace is just about going to pull that off, so that's off. Get the belt off, and then yeah, just keep tackling it. There's a lot of things on these LSAs with 2 side mounts on it, so just keep smashing away on it, and yeah, get this blower off. All right, this is honestly like a absolute snake through here, all these pulleys and all that sort of stuff. So I think I've finally just about got to the end of them. Yeah, another 2 pulleys there. And that's the belt. So same as what I showed you in the boot before. Yeah, pulleys and belts, but they're all going in the bin, and yeah, we're not going to run them anymore, so we don't have the belt issue. So just undone the last bolt there. So there's one side mount blower off the VL. She goes. All right, so just been on the phone to Nathan Higgins. He was gonna just do the snout, but now we're gonna do the snout and the whole case. So he'll CNC port the whole lot. Also, while we got it apart, we're gonna get the injectors clean. The boys here have got an injector cleaner, so obviously it runs E85, so it gets a bit, you know, gooed up and the injector's blocked a bit. So I'm gonna get them out, get them cleaned and freshen up, ready to make some big power on drag week. All right, so everything's unplugged, unhooked, unbolted. So I've got the muscles of the operation in. So Mark's gonna give me a hand lifting it off. Hopefully everything's disconnected. We might get halfway, then have to land it again. But we'll see what happens.
You got that end?
Nope.
Yep.
And there she is. So what we're gonna do now is strip this, get it apart, and once it's all apart, I'll show you what it looks like apart, and then yeah, we'll keep going on it.
Off to Nathan.
Off to Nathan.
All right, so while Benny pulls that blower apart, if we just get the camera to come in nice and close, one thing, there is my couple of $1,000 worth of belts we've been through so far, and also hopefully the camera picks it up. Now this E85 corn juice stuff is so gooey and sticky it is. Now that's why we are going to pull the injectors out and give them a clean. So after every big run that sits around, you definitely have to do the injectors, because that is as sticky and thick as anything. So we'll clean it all up and let Benny do the technical stuff. All right, so we've got all the bolts out of the front. We're going to try and get the snout out. Now we haven't pulled one of these out, but we're pretty sure from what we've been told it's only dowed in, so it looks like it. So we'll give a few gentle taps. It's breaking the gasket. Right, let's come forward. Rotate again, Benny.
A few gentle taps.
Very gentle. That's very gentle. Soft hammer.
Gonna try to wobble it off. There we go.
Beautiful. Easy as that.
So just a quick recap of what we've done. Third supercharger is now out. LSA blower is off. That's getting wrapped up as we speak and getting sent to Nathan Higgins' heads to get ported and CNC'd. We got, as I showed before, we got all the Haltech stuff, which in the next couple of days we'll be starting to lay that out and getting that all sorted. Spoken to Cavell Performance, as I said earlier, changing a few things with the flex fuel and bits and pieces like that. So in the next couple episodes, we'll get this thing a lot closer to being ready for drag week. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.